Yeah, that bad cheese run just went so well, didn't it? I'm shocked I managed to find the stuff that I wanted to find. Well done steak, I think is pretty damn solid. I think it's better than decoy up there. In particular, the main reason why I'm just doing a simple little Ballad on Cruci 7 here is I really want to try and assemble a shield build. That'd be really nice, because somehow the bad cheese build actually worked. So it kind of gives me hope that I can build a bunch of other random nonsense builds. I guess for a spin venture it would be an assemble. Been a while since I fully assemble, but assemble is usually just pretty good tempo to be able to pick up anyway, so I imagine that wouldn't be... it's not that crazy of a pickup, as opposed to, you know, like trying to do cheese nonsense or some of the other nonsense like shield nonsense, which I'm trying to do, which preferably it's revenge nonsense as well, rather than some of the actual good stuff. Uh, but yeah, the assemble pieces are just solid enough that, wow, don't really complain about picking them up too much. What if I go 1, 2, 3? I think that's the best. Yeah, let's ignore early store. Sounds like a deal. Just gonna go to a whole bunch of monsters, collect up my gold. Don't really care about the passives too much. It's mostly just trying to maximize elites in theory. Just because I really want to maximize the chance that I can find any of the 3 good shield passives, which are of course... actually, I've forgotten what the names of the... Fiery Furnace, Bullpeen Hammer, and the third one is Essential Oil. Essential Oil is pretty damn good. It doesn't exactly give you shielding if you're playing... Sorry, it doesn't give you bulwark off of shield pegs being created, but it's insane if you have one of the passives that do so. Which is generally not too hard depending on how lucky you get. And it's just such a nice addition that it's literally like a shield passive. Super proc can be a very big deal. I'm going for a rather... Usually I don't like popping the bombs this early on this map, but from memory my first shot wasn't actually aimed at the bombs, but it hit the bombs, so I kind of just went from there. We do get the refresh here, which... Damn it, I was hoping for a cool bounce shot there. Didn't quite get it. I do have access to healing, which is always just lovely. Even on a class with shielding, it's just very nice to have access to. That should be able to get 11 without popping the refresh. Did pop the refresh though. That's fine. 75. Ugh. It's just a bit of an annoying situation to be in because I'm going to have to pop the refresh and get a whole bunch more damage than what I would normally need anyway. Yeah, but the health loss doesn't really matter. It's just delaying the fight unnecessarily, so... Bang. That's not even that good of a shot. 41. This could get 41. It's not really the best 41 shot I've ever seen, but if it hits the crit, it gets double damage, which drastically increases the odds that it can actually get the kill. I mean, our cash collection at this point has been pretty insane, hasn't it? Let us shoot this. Should be able to get a bomb? 1 bomb proc. Bit harder to get more than that, I think. I will try for that shot to see if it does anything spicy. It most certainly does not. Something like this is not exactly what I'm looking for, as it turns out. Actually, it does open up this shot, which I think is good enough. Yep, perfect. Just wanted to minimize health loss. And I'll definitely take that discard there. Good stuff. Abrasion. Look, I'm trying to build out shield comp, but I'm not exactly going to turn down an abrasion, which just shows up. 1, 2, 3. 149. That's 1 upgrade, I think. I think no removal if I do that, though, which is probably a fine trade. Should be able to get a lot more gold after all. Refilibuster. Really good, to be honest. Really good. Kind of makes me regret picking up the abrasion. Picked it up because of the insane tempo it would provide, but we got refilibuster. I don't really have to worry about the elites anywhere near as much. I would love it if you wouldn't do much. That's not the case apparently. Unfortunate, but at least I managed to claim a lot of kills here, especially if I can also get a refresh. Nice. Navigation is not quite forced, but that's also very good. It's like really pretty good, yeah. Alright, nice. 162, I think 230 is very much on the table at the minimum. 200 is, but I would love it if 230 is on the table as well. Now I'll bounce over there, get some more pegs to the right. This is looking pretty solid. Let's just try and hit this refresh sometime soon now. Sounds like a done deal to me. There we go. Manages to clean them up pretty nicely, doesn't it? Let's just grab some of the circle to try and get through this boss. Good stuff. Now we get to pull off that shot, which if it dares to bounce into a refresh would be pretty insane. What do we think? That? I think that too. I want to not shoot that orb. It's a very good orb, but I don't exactly need its benefits anymore. I've gained more than enough my circle to shred that fella. Chopping is great to see, but it's not the time for it, and I think 225 is definitely on the horizon. 230 even. Aliens Rock. Look, as much as I do love a shield comp, I also love Balance Aliens Rock. That's an insanely fun combo, which I don't believe I've run in a while, so I'd be very pleased to do so. And there we go. All it takes is one passive, and then suddenly Abrasion is simply scaling us without dealing self-damage. And all it takes is one more passive, and then suddenly it's healing us. Yay. Now, of course, it's not actually upgraded yet, so we're not technically healing just yet, but semantics. 70. Should be easy, 230 here. Nice and simple. I think this refresh is definitely on the horizon, which is absolutely just going to obliterate him. The new Refilibuster, I say new. Oh my. Wow. Okay. This is actually a really good revenge spot. Actually very solid deal. Yeah, no, that was pretty damn good. We can definitely build out a shield build. It's going to be pretty strong without needing to rely on the revenge damage, because I actually just hit like the full combo pretty much. Yeah, wow, this is just really nice. Definitely going to try and discard a bit though. We're in a very, very solid spot here. I'd say we're pretty unstoppable, to be honest. Which generally is not something you should really say out loud because you'll jinx yourself, but I feel pretty unstoppable, simply. Yeah. This seems very, very good. Technically I shouldn't really be shooting like Abrasion here, but I think it's going to work out just fine. I'm going to get my kills. I've got Buono stay killing me, I've got the shield constantly being regened. For my last shot, I would like to not hit a crit, thank you very much. That's quite literally all I wish to achieve. Alright, we no longer take damage from that, and we have Dupe Pot. Okay, the great thing about Dupe Pot is if I am doing shield build, it's actually pretty solid for getting more crits on the board. And if there are more crits on the board, then I can't access my circle, which means I have to rely on my amazing revenge damage, which is exactly what I'm looking for with my shield build, if I can find a shield build, which of course isn't going to happen. There are a few other scenarios which would make it particularly amazing. One, if I get a refresh move, you know, that would just be pretty nice. If I get in conjunction with that Least Rest for Later, that would also be pretty exceptionally nice. But also an Unpretentious Amulet to potentially play for the circle instead would also be pretty nice. Now, apart from that, it is just technically negative, and I really shouldn't have taken it, but, you know, I'm willing to believe in the high roll, especially since I forgot to mention the biggest reason, actually. I just haven't played with it in ages, so I didn't really think about it as much, which honestly, that gives me a pretty good purpose to play for it, doesn't it? Which is, of course, the incredible All or Nothing. It would be extremely, extremely solid here. Kablamo. Yeah, we have a lot of power here. Especially when we don't hit crits. When we do hit crits, not so much power. I think that's pretty fair to say. We also have a bunch of random nonsense pebbles in my deck, which are not exactly doing the most. Feel free to pop that anytime soon. It's a whole lot of crits, and this time I get 0 crits. I did get 0 crits, just doesn't matter because he had a meat shield. It's funny how just having like 1 word on stake suddenly is just giving you so much health in fights like this. Oh, that was a lot of damage. It's almost as if I have 9 circle from actually 1 orb and 1 passive in my deck. Well, there we go. I'm just going to take it. If I want to lean out in the crit direction because I actually managed to assemble a shield build, I can, but I may not need to. Because I may not actually find the piece to be able to do so in the first place. Ow. Good ping damage, and now let's see if Abrasion can keep me covered, which it should be able to more than do so. I think that is ideal to tune to the refresh there. Whew, close. Well, it felt close at least. 400 odd damage. The funny thing is, I took all of that damage, but it just kind of doesn't matter. Simply, it's not going to matter. So... I'm just going to go right. Right's just kind of like more fun, and I kind of want to challenge myself. Left is probably just more solid, though. Okay, right's already just insanely valuable. Any removal I can get with a Well and Stake with an Abrasion in my deck, which is a full combo piece, is just amazing. And like getting this fight when I have Cookie is just beautiful. Because I did sack a lot of health in that first Area 2 fight, but fights like this very much just allow me to fully recover anything I lost. Also, I have Refresh Shield. It's kind of good. Refresh Shield Refill Buster is always a combo you gotta keep your eye on, because it actually achieves a lot. It's so good. The fact that I'm healing from shooting that orb is just crazy. It's slower healing than normal, but still healing. And yeah, as expected, the health that I lost in that first fight just doesn't matter. More than enough gold so I can do many things if I wished. I think I turned on Assault Tone already. Don't exactly recall. Yeah, Abrasion should be pretty solid here. I thought it would be much more solid though, I'm going to be honest. And that should also kill the mirror, nice. Bang, I've got far too much shielding for him to deal with, and then I get to shoot this shot, which is going to be more than enough to finish you off. Move me on to the Elite, that's a renewed Vigor when I only have 1 refresh on the board. As tempting as it is, I should probably say no to it. I don't have an ambidextrous either. Yeah, fine, I'll make the right call. It would be really solid if I could hit any extra refreshing capabilities though. It's just potentially not the best idea to bet on it. It's definitely not a bad idea, that's for sure. I do not have any shield passive, unfortunately. Let's just grab a discard there. It's pretty good AoE damage. Bang. Let me get Sphere next. Right, the revenge damage also putting in some work. Not much, but some. Sphere isn't upgraded, so no pierce on it. That surely gets the kill, right? Yes, perfect. Yeah, and again, like health we're losing here is just not really going to matter that much. Let's grab the refresh. Grab the Abrasion here. It's definitely just Abrasion and then Sphere. I think that should simply be enough to finish things off. Oh wait, sorry, Abrasion and Pebble and Sphere. We'll shoot you to the left, hopefully you get a solid... Okay, I guess it's actually going to take slightly longer than I wanted, eh? Still, Refill Buster is great damage. And I really don't care about their damage, just straight up. My healing is just that good. I'm that confident. Accentuate is usually really good, and it would be great in this situation if I'm not building towards shield build yet, unfortunately. I simply don't have the pieces. It's just very unfortunate. Accentuate would usually be amazing in this kind of scenario, but the thing about Accentuate is it's usually the piece that That was what I was aiming for, and that works. That definitely works. I'm surprised that I managed to pull off that shot, though. That was quite literally the exact kind of effect that I was aiming for. I just didn't realize it would have that kind of effect. Good stuff there. I'm just going to shoot this. That missed. See? Wasn't expecting it to miss. Oh, the good news is this one won't. Definitely won't. Bang, bang, perfect. And I don't even lose health there. Nice. Don't expect Pup to do much, but I'm sure it'll be netting me a small amount of health each time. Solid. Yeah, like my healing is just very good. I see. A very spooky fight. Did I just get bombs? Wow. Honestly, getting bombs on this map is kind of crazy. Definitely wouldn't expect to usually get bombs. Oh, come on. I was hoping for a real shot there. Hopefully you can achieve enough with Refilibuster. Certainly looks like you can. Nice. Really, for this map, all you need to do is get one roll on a good orb, and then you're in a much, much better position. We managed to get it, so... Lovely. Good stuff. We now have shielding, which is, by the way, not enough shielding. They do more damage than 4. Which is kind of crazy. Because they get really brutal. The fact that that's not an elite fight, like, damn, it feels like one. That's how rough it can be sometimes. Of course, I'd say we've got a decent setup into it right now. Good, but not exactly what I was hoping for. Let's try this. I think the reload should be able to pop one of them. Only one of them, though. Damn. This should deal with the rest of them. Indeed it will. Bang, bang. Poltergeist. Man, this right navigation is looking pretty damn nice, isn't it? It's actually a little hard to do. I think I'll go for a shot like that. Didn't really like the way it was going to bounce with momentum towards the left. Yeah, that is the best passive there, but I wasn't trying to click on it. Wow, that's Gardener's Gloves. Just in case the healing wasn't enough. Alright, Abrasion, Insane. Best Orb Fence. I'm actually thinking about it. I did turn down the Shuffle Orb there. Should I? Probably not. For the most part, I presumed that my game plan wasn't going to involve Shuffle Orb, but honestly it really could. That was probably just a direct misplay. Whatever. Let's grab some bombs here. The short fuse makes it a lot easier to just do that. Not bad indeed. Yeah, my Abrasion is just... wow. It's literally just printing stats. I don't even have multiple attached to it yet as well. Like, multiple Abrasion is where the series stats start coming in, but the fact that I'm not losing anything for the stats I'm gaining is just... whew. It's extremely, extremely nice. And yeah, like, we're already basically full healed, prepared for the next elite fight. I see. This is probably one of the scariest elite fights, probably, I think. Because the thing is, we have good scaling, so we're really not that scared of the other ones at all. So yeah, I think that's probably a correct statement. Just going to wait for this refresh a bit more. I think that's a pretty good time to aim for the refresh. Let's see. Damn, not quite. Not quite. Bang. That's fine. Yeah. Our healing just puts us in such an amazing position that, for the most part, we just couldn't care less what some of the enemies are doing. I am mildly worried about this upcoming boss fight. It could not be the best. If my abrasion shots keep missing, that's definitely not ideal. I guess my refreshes aren't the best as well. They're fine, but I don't exactly have the Shuffle Pot synergy that would make it amazing. If only I'd seen a Shuffle Orb and taken it, eh? Which, in retrospect, I definitely should have done. That round guard pickup is certainly going to be extremely nice though. It's already saved us a whole bunch of health and it's going to continue to save us a whole bunch more. Especially since we're also healing during our reload. That's why I'm trying to chase removing ults from my deck as much as I am. All chicken recom. Recom, short fuse, fucking hearts, it's pretty cool. Don't really think I'm going to need the wool chickens, so yeah. I do love wool chicken, but don't exactly need it this run, do I? I'll just shoot the 6-4 to start off with. Great starting stats, by the way, 14-2. Just really, really solid stuff there. Ugh. Well, that was disgusting, wasn't it? I had a vision for that shot. It didn't pan out, and you really don't like giving me this abrasion immediately, do you? At least I got the refresh. I'm a bit worried. My AoE power's actually not bad at all. Might be very unfortunate in this fight. 2? It is worrying. I think again it's like this kind of shot. There's not really anything pretty. I just need to guarantee the one stat. I think that's the main thing. That's definitely a discard. And now we do this. This. 1, damn. We can definitely take some perfection there though. We get the puppet proc there, which is actually not that bad value, I think. Not that bad. It's pretty bad though. I want to get around to my abrasion. This is the perfect opportunity now to try and get 2 stats. Oh, I even got the 3rd. I mean, that's just such a huge deal. Getting only 1 a shot has been so painful, but now I can just consistently get like 300 damage per shot and I have more than enough health to deal with it. Yeah, like before that point, it's just a bit worrying because like, am I going to have the opportunity to actually get the stats or not? And after the point, just a matter of how many shots you need. And I can take an awful lot of shots. My stats have been... Sorry, my passives have been very kind with just giving me the time I need to win. A lot of healing, a lot of shielding, and I guess they're already damaging me. Well, if only I had easy access to short fuse bombs every single shot, pretty much. So close? Yep, so close. Not to worry, I'll just pull off one of those, which just grabs me a little bit more of that sweet, sweet cash over there. I do love Signal Boost Orb, to be honest. Yeah, it's pretty good here. Don't exactly have Pierce to go along with it, but oh wow. I mean, I have Cookie and Shufflepot, so that could get very interesting very fast. And I'm also trying to force elites. It certainly could work out very well. 10-3, not bad. Oh, I was hoping to break through there. That's all good. I think that the Leaks the Rest later will just be extremely solid. Honestly, these were the boss passives I asked for, weren't they? If only I still had that renewed vigor that I thought about adding to my deck previously. That'd be nice. Oh, I keep renewing the roll. It's not actually what I want to do. So I shan't do it this time. 400 and 400 damage should be really easy. Yeah. Good stuff, and then I'll finish up with a lovely abrasion just to grab some health back. Because of course we shoot abrasion to heal ourselves. Like we're netting health by shooting abrasion. That's just definitely what you're aiming for the majority of the time. Look, that upgrade is just so valuable. And we even have great healing. Great healing. Amazing healing. Yep, just like that. So many different healing sources, which honestly, like all of them matter. 2. Nice. Very happy I got the second one there. I, however, will only be able to get 1 kill here, which is... It's simply got to be fine, I guess. I can't get Resistance Knight, that's actually very pleasant, because he's the only way I can have crits on my board at this stage, which I don't exactly like having crits on my board. Don't need that card. There are definitely some cards I do need. I think this is going to be stack up a bit more of a circle and then shoot that Signal Boost Orb again. The 4 times multiplier on it is incredibly amazing. I know it's not quite as good as the all or nothing 5 times multiplier, but that requires a different setup, and also half of your deck becomes invalidated if you play for it properly. Which is an unfortunate feeling. However, the feeling of shooting an insane all or nothing is kind of also balanced out by that, because it's just a great feeling, that's for sure. Bulb? If I had enhanced, it would be so much damage. What are we looking at? Not much, I'm going to be honest. I guess technically 2 elites plus stories, I feel like that's like average. I think calling that not much is very fair. Shield Basher. Definitely not the shield passive I was talking about, that's for sure. I think that maybe, just maybe, it's a bit too late for the whole shield game plan. Maybe, just maybe. It was nice in theory, but I suspect the time has passed. Also, Strange Brew should just be getting a ton of value here, which is sweet. It's probably not worth the shot. Is that going to stop me from shooting it? No. Puppet actually putting in work there, that's not expected. Alright. And then a shot like that, just bounce on the bouncer a bunch, should just not finish up the fight, I guess. Well. Yeah, heal 7 per reload, deal AoE damage, and take no damage. Seems pretty good. A Jack-o'-lantern, if I had refresh scaling, it would be much more interesting. But I do have Alien's Rock. That's right, I actually did have Alien's Rock. I was just checking, I wasn't sure. It's actually just pretty nice with Alien's Rock, and holy... Yeah, our healing wasn't strong enough. We still don't have Mask of Joy, that would probably finish us off, but wow. We have some really solid stuff. And also I really want more removes. Apparently I simply don't have enough of them. Wait, that was only one? Wow. Whew, wow, the damage on that orb is already insane. I actually wasn't expecting it to be that high already. Oh, I guess the extra 2 Bulwark actually makes a massive difference for my Mercircle scaling, doesn't it? I didn't think about that. I was just thinking about how nice it is to have all the extra Mercircle. I mean, Mercircle? Bulwark. It's actually just like so nice. Like, look at that, 54. But I guess that also does massively scale our... Wow. That seems like it's working. Hold on. Yeah, usually Area 3 is not the best for it because of the black holes and stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty amazing. Should be good in squares as well. A shot like that should be a solid hit. I really need this remove. The number of times I'm forced to shoot either a sphere or a pebble is unfortunately too high. I mean, it makes sense, my deck's pretty small, but that's not going to stop me from complaining. Yeah. Revenge damage actually doing something there? Oh, you missed? Oh, come on, I really wanted at least one pop there. A solid 300 damage, I really shouldn't shoot this, but I will. Nice try. Let's finish things up. Bang, Bull Lightning is tempting. There you go, I thought about it. Parallel, Boomyverse. Enhanced? I don't create bombs. Like, it's just take overwhelm, so that Signal Boost Orb is cool. Molten, this is the perfect timing for Molten. I'm sure we'll get tons of value out of it. My ping power, pretty garbage, gonna be honest. It's pretty bad. Yeah, no, if I had extra ways to spawn bombs onto the board, that'd be pretty cool and all, but I don't, so... Simple as that, honestly. I guess Jack-o'-lantern does work pretty well here, doesn't it? I can just shoot another Jack-o'-lantern if need be, but it seems that is not needed. It's fun. It's a good opportunity to just use Jack-o'-lantern a bunch, so I'll take it. I don't believe I have access to another remove though, which is incredibly unfortunate. Yes, I am seeing this, by the way, but I don't want to take it. Like, I was just thinking about it. There's no reason for me to take it. Also no reason for me to take the crit, though. Overwhelm, I guess? It would be sick if I had either Knuckles or Refresher Course. No such luck yet, though. This Jack O'Lantern is actually really well timed as well. Didn't think about it, but it really is. Bam. Yeah, just good timing. Good timing indeed. I guess the Refresher is a lot less useful now. Didn't actually think about that. But that is a trade-off I'm perfectly willing to make. I didn't manage to get the Refresher Course I would have loved, or the Knuckles, or the Refreshing Punch even. But Cookie alone is honestly enough. Rub-Orb, we've got the one fight where it's not exactly Rub-Orb. Like, I'm not saying the Rub-Orb's not still pretty solid in this boss fight, but it's really solid in the others. I mean, I don't even have any starting the circle passives technically. The fact that that's getting that much damage is just really, really nice. Just goes to show you how good Jack-O-Lantern is. Can just get so much damage. Okay, that was pretty pathetic. I said that, but I am discarding that Jack-O-Lantern. I shot that one because it was fun, I'm gonna be honest. Probably shouldn't have shot it. It's not exactly having the most impact, but I guess taking care of this guy is gonna matter. Not really, it's not. Well, geez, the shielding I have is just crazy. Yeah, this Jack-O-Lantern should definitely be more than enough damage now. Hopefully we get something cool in the event. My favorite thing would be a removal. Well, and an elite relic, but, you know, unfortunately that's not going to be the case. Minus 16 HP, oh no. If only I had Cookie plus leave the rest for later. If only. Alright, I get to shoot the Outrage on the next shot. That should be pretty cool. Not really expecting too much from the Jack-O-Lantern immediately, but a free 1000 damage tax on most of them is pretty cool. That is unfortunately where I want to shoot, so I will be waiting. There we go. Yeah, 8 procs and suddenly I've got 14 in the circle. Not bad indeed. We're actually getting revenge kills as well. I do love a good revenge kill. That should take care of more than a few of them, I believe. Indeed. I mean, just lovely stuff, eh? I probably could have aimed that a tiny bit better. I don't really know how Alien's Rock works in this boss fight, though. It's kind of weird. I would expect it to do 4 enemies, but that's just not what it does. Which is fine. I think it should, but whatever. Yeah, Jack-O-Lantern did great here. The multiplier and signal boost up is amazing. It's really, really solid, especially when you've got crits on the board and you have like balance scalers. Signal boost orb can be amazing, which we had signal boost orb and Sealed Conviction, that's what it's called, for our second boss passive. You know, that could have been really, really cool. Although I'm not kind of real cool if the signal boost orb was after that point or not, because that's just a lot of power. But yeah, I just love getting the Unpretentious Amulet early. It just allows you to fully play for normal damage. And when you hit this kind of nonsense, you know, playing for normal damage is incredibly, incredibly simple.